D&T's done it again. They've updated the Hydra series. Now, this is the 3-in-1 you can use as a clip-on, a dedicated, or a handheld. Now they've added a laser rangefinder unit. Nice thing is they have a ballistics calculator, so you couple that with a laser rangefinder unit, boom, match made in heaven. So I got the HS335R and the HS635R. These are both 35mm lenses. Cool thing is they got the same button layout. Everything's the same, the footprint, the size, all of it, the mounting, everything. So the Hydra series all have the exact same button layout, now added with this new laser rangefinder button on the side. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tutorial on what each button does. Now this power button here, you hold it for 5 seconds, it turns it on, 5 seconds, it turns it off. If you click it, it goes into sleep mode, click it, it comes out of sleep mode. Now we're going to have our zoom button here. Cool thing about the zoom button is if you click it once, it goes through all the levels of zoom. But if you click the zoom button twice, it is going to auto nuke the screen. So oftentimes you have to wait for your thermal to clean up the screen. With this, you can double click that zoom button, completely clean the screen out. Now, if you hold this zoom button, it is going to do your brightness. So let's say you're running around during the day, you have level 5 brightness on. You hold this down, you can bring it down to level 1, not blind yourself at night. Now down here is going to be your menu button. Cool thing about the menu button is it brings you into your color palettes as well as it does your thermal mode. So if you click this once, it's going to go through your color palettes. If you double click it, it does your thermal mode. And if you hold it, it's going to bring it into your menu. Now the nice thing about that is this is your select in the menu as well as your out of the menu. So while in the menu, you click it down, it selects the object you're on or the thing you're on. If you hold it down, it just kicks you completely out of the menu so you don't got to panic. Now if you're in the middle of the hunt and you're panicking, all the menu's on, just hold down that color palette button and boom, you're out of it. This is your up and this is your down while in the menu, and this is your select like I said. And it does do your color enhance modes, like I said. So when you're in your screen, you're looking down the screen and you don't like what you see, if you hold this, you double tap this, it's going to do the enhance mode or bring it to advance or bring it into that normal mode. Down here is your record button. Now your record button, if you click it, it records. You click it, it takes it out of record. If you double tap that, it goes into clip-on mode. So if you're ever walking around and your scope's in clip-on mode and you don't know why, it's probably because you accidentally double tap the record button. So double tap that, it brings you out of clip-on mode. As well as in that menu, you can do the clip-on mode there. That's another way to get out of it if you're panicking and stuck. Now the side button here is going to be your laser rangefinder, the new button. Now the laser rangefinder, cool thing is it's really easy. You just click the sucker, does your laser rangefinder for you. If you have the ballistics calculator all set up, it'll do your drop and all that for you. If you want to turn the laser rangefinder off, you just hold the button down for a quick second, boom, laser rangefinder is off and you're back to normal. So to go over the Hydra R series, they all have kind of the same options. Your 3 things that differ is your lens size, your resolution, and your zoom. Now, the cool thing is they all use an 18650 flat top battery. They have picture-in-picture mode, a ballistics calculator, do photo and video, 32 gigabytes of built-in storage. You can use the app to download all your stuff off as well as merge and all that fun stuff. They have 3 different thermal modes, a bunch of different color palettes, as well as a bunch of different reticles. So we're going to put them at the same area, get a good comparison. This is the HS335R, the 384 with the 3x12 zoom. And then this is the HS635R with the 640 resolution. And then this has a 1.5x6 zoom. So different zooms, different resolution, all the same options. We're going to kind of look at the different color palettes on both of them, look at the picture-in-picture on both of them, do that kind of fun stuff. So let's get them downrange real quick.
So you can see in the first scope here, I was looking out at some cows, and this is 900 yards out. Now they can detect up to 1,200 yards. Would you shoot that far? Probably not, but to be able to detect 1,200 yards, it's pretty significant. Now, the cool thing is when I'm on the base magnification, I'm still able to detect something and be able to see something that far out and, hit it with the rangefinder and not have to go all the way into the first zoom or the last zoom to range it out. So it's kind of nice that it was able to pick up the same distance from that far out and it's that accurate. It is also cool that they have, the exact same readout on both of them and they're lined up next to each other. There was no difference, not 1 yard off or nothing. D&T's always on top of their stuff, so figured it would be. Now, looking out at a group of pigs way, way out there, with the 384, you can still tell what something is about 900 yards out. With that 640, it's a little bit more clear. But bringing it back to the base indication, it's really hard to tell what something is with that 640 because it's, so far with that FOV. Going on that base zoom, you can see at the FOV, you get quite a bit more picture, when you're close to something, but also you can't really see stuff that far out because it just makes the pixel that much smaller. You'll have to use the zoom quite a bit when you're using the 640 unit. With that 384, you probably use that 3 zoom almost on anything, unless something is quite far out. Is there any pixelization? Not really. I didn't really notice much pixelization with them. It was quite nice with D&Ts. They don't really have any when you're zooming in, even on the last level of zoom. So there is 5 levels of zoom with the HS335R, and then there's 4 levels of zoom with the HS635R. Makes it a little bit different having that one zoom, having that 9 zoom on the HS 335R, but having one extra zoom is not much of a deal breaker for most people. With the color palettes, you've seen Black Hot. Now, Red Hot's awesome for me. I love it with that red glowing. Iron Hot's that blue-green look, and then White Hot's kind of the opposite of Black Hot. We use Black Hot a lot over here. With picture-in-picture, I zoomed in quite fast. If you want, you can pause it, and then you can tell what your zoom level be used. It is cool that all zooms do have picture-in-picture. There is 3 levels of thermal mode. There's that natural, enhanced, and then highlight. I use enhanced for everything. A lot of guys like that natural. I think enhanced makes the picture look a little bit more clear. I'm not going to go super detailed with the menu, but if you're stuck in clip-on mode here, usually it's just that top setting. You can't click the record twice to bring you out of that. Under that's going to be your Wi-Fi. That's where you connect to your phone, download all your footage and things like that. Then you can zero for under that. You have reticle settings. There is 8 different reticles as well as the hide. The hide mode's cool for handhelds. You don't have to have, the crosshair for your videos. I use the little crosshair. If you're into the ballistics calculator, you'll probably end up using the bigger crosshairs, the ones with the drop information. There is different colors with the crosshairs. If you're using White Hot or Black Hot, you probably don't use white or black crosshair. A lot of guys like to use the colored crosshairs. Under the reticle settings, you're going to have your ballistics calculator. Then under that, you have LRF settings, your picture-in-picture, your recoil activated video settings, your image super resolution, your thermal image settings, your function settings, your system settings, all that stuff. Now, if you get lost, you always refer back to just using your up, down, and your middle. If you get stuck, you hold the middle, it'll kick you back, hold the middle again, and bring you completely out of the menu so you don't get stuck in there forever.
Like I said, guys, DMT killed it with the new Hydra with the built-in laser rangefinder. I love this thing. We've been using it for a lot of guiding. We've been keeping the 635 on top of the gun and then using the 335 for kind of spotting a lot. It's great for spotting, especially for us. We can be like, all right, the thing's about 300 yards out. How far do we got to bring these guys up? How quiet do they got to be? If you guys are interested in picking one of these up, you can check the links down below. I want to thank our partner. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends about us. Thank you guys for watching.